share morning, afternoon, everyone. We often chase big goals, success, happiness, health, peace of mind. But what truly shapes our lives are the small things we do every single day. Our daily habits are the foundation of our future. Ignore the wrong ones, and you invite chaos. But if you consistently practice the right habits, you build a strong, healthy, and purposeful life. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can practice every single day. Too often, people wake up rushing, checking their phones, worrying about work, or stressing about what they don't have. But imagine how different your day could feel if instead of starting with stress, you began with gratitude. When you practice gratitude, you shift your mind's focus from scarcity to abundance. Most people live in what's called the gap mindset, always chasing what they don't have, always comparing themselves to others, always wanting more. This mindset creates endless frustration because no matter how much you achieve, it will never feel like enough. Gratitude flips that script. It grounds you in the gain mindset, appreciating what you already have, acknowledging the blessings that are often taken for granted, like health, family, opportunities, or even the simple gift of waking up alive. Science also supports this. Studies show that people who practice daily gratitude experience lower stress, better sleep, stronger immune systems, greater happiness levels. In fact, gratitude has been called a natural antidepressant because it releases dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals that make you feel joy and peace. And here's the truth: gratitude is not about ignoring life's problems. It's about recognizing that even in the middle of challenges, there are still reasons to be thankful. For example, maybe your job is stressful, but at least you have a job. Maybe your house isn't the biggest, but at least you have a roof over your head. Gratitude teaches you to see problems through a lens of perspective rather than pain. A practical way to do this is by keeping a gratitude journal. Every morning or evening, write down 3 things you're thankful for. They don't need to be big. Sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest meaning, like a good meal, a supportive friend, or simply a peaceful moment. Over time, you'll reprogram your brain to search for positivity automatically. Think about this: if you skip gratitude, you risk living your life in constant dissatisfaction, always running, always chasing, never fulfilled. But when you embrace gratitude, life feels richer, calmer, and more meaningful, even before anything external changes. So, never skip gratitude. It's more than a habit. It's a lens through which you see the world. And when your vision changes, your entire life changes. Your body is the only place you will live in for the rest of your life. You can buy a new phone, a new car, even a new house, but you cannot buy a new body. And yet, too many people take their bodies for granted. They sit all day, eat carelessly, and expect their health to stay strong. But the truth is simple: if you don't take care of your body won't take care of you. Exercise is not just about having 6-pack abs or looking good in the mirror. It's about energy, longevity, and confidence. Movement is medicine. It heals, it strengthens, it sharpens the mind. Every single system in your body benefits when you move. Your heart pumps stronger. Your lungs breathe deeper. Your brain releases endorphins, which fight stress and depression. Your muscles and bones grow stronger, protecting you from weakness and injury later in life. But here's the powerful part: movement isn't only physical, it's mental and emotional too. Think about the last time you were stressed, angry, or overwhelmed. Maybe you went for a walk, or jogged, or hit the gym. When you came back, your problems were still there, but your perspective had changed. Why? Because exercise is one of the fastest ways to clear mental fog, calm anxiety, and boost clarity. It's like pressing a reset button on your mood. The sad reality is that many people wait until sickness forces them to care about their health. They wait until their doctor says, if you don't start exercising, you'll be in danger. But why wait for pain when you can start with prevention? Movement is an investment. Every push step, every stretch you do today is a deposit into your future health account. Now, here's the good news. Exercise doesn't mean you need to spend hours in the gym or run marathons. Movement can be simple and enjoyable. Dancing in your room, ching before bed, walking in the park, or even taking the stairs instead of the elevator. The point is consistency, not intensity. Just 20-30 minutes a day is enough to transform your energy and your life. Skipping exercise, on the other hand, comes with a heavy cost. Lack of movement leads to fatigue, obesity, joint pain, weak immunity, and even faster aging. It robs you of the energy you need to chase your dreams. What good is wealth, success, or recognition if your body isn't strong enough to enjoy it? So, make movement non-negotiable. Think of it as brushing your teeth. You don't say, I don't have time to brush. No, you just do it because you know the consequences if you don't. Exercise should be the same. Your health is your foundation. Without it, everything else crumbles. In short, never skip movement. It's not punishment. It's a gift to yourself. Every time you move, you're saying, I value my body. I value my future. I am preparing to live strong, not just exist. Water is the most underrated medicine on this planet. We talk about diets, supplements, and expensive health hacks, but we forget the most basic, most powerful, and most essential element for human survival: water. Think about it. Your body is made up of around 70% water. Your brain alone is about 75% water. Your blood, your cells, your skin, your organs, everything depends on hydration. And yet, many people live their entire day in a state of mild dehydration without even realizing it. They feel tired, groggy, anxious, or unfocused. And instead of reaching for water, they reach for coffee, soda, or energy drinks. But the truth is, most of the time, what your body is begging for is simple, pure water. Skipping hydration is like trying to drive a car with almost no oil. The engine will overheat, the performance will decline, and eventually, the system will fail. When you don't drink enough water, your body starts to show the signs. You get frequent headaches. Your skin looks dull and tired. You feel constant fatigue, even when you've slept well. Your digestion slows down. Your focus and memory get weaker. Even your mood is affected. Studies show that dehydration can make you more irritable, anxious, and stressed. That means sometimes it's not life that feels overwhelming. It's just your body screaming, "Give me water!" Hydration is also the secret to energy. People often say, I don't have the energy to exercise or to focus on work. But what they don't realize is that dehydration slows down every single function in the body. When you're hydrated, your cells fire faster, your muscles recover quicker, and your brain works at its sharpest. That's why athletes always prioritize water. It's literally the fuel for performance. Here's something powerful. Water is also nature's best detox. We live in a world filled with toxins, junk food, pollution, stress. Your kidneys and liver are constantly filtering out waste, but they can't do their job without enough water. Hydration flushes out toxins, keeps your skin glowing, and helps your body heal itself. Now you might ask, how much water should I drink daily? While it varies, the rule is this: carry a bottle of water with you everywhere. Make sipping water a habit, not an afterthought. Your day with a glass of water before coffee. Drink water before every meal, and listen to your body. If you feel sluggish, unfocused, or even hungry, try drinking water first. Skipping hydration is one of the easiest ways to ruin your energy, your health, and your productivity. And yet, it's also one of the easiest habits to fix. You don't need money, fancy equipment, or extra time. You just need the awareness to never ignore this simple gift. So remember, this water is life. Never take it for granted. Every sip you take is an act of self-care, an act of strength, and an investment in your future health. Hydration may not look dramatic, but it is one of the most life-changing habits you can commit to. Never skip it. We live in the noisiest time in human history. From the moment we wake up, we are bombarded. Notifications, emails, breaking news, social media, endless chatter from the outside world. And then, there's the inner noise, our thoughts racing about the past, our worries about the future, our self-doubt whispering in the background. For many people, life feels like a storm they can't escape. But here's the truth: the storm is outside, but the calm is always inside you. The way to access that calm is through mindfulness and silence. Mindfulness doesn't mean you have to sit cross-legged on a mountain for hours. It means being fully present in the moment, aware of your breath, your thoughts, your surroundings, and your feelings without judgment. Even 5 to 10 minutes of silence each day can transform your mental state. Why is this so important? Because the quality of your mind determines the quality of your life. If your mind is restless, distracted, and chaotic, your life will feel restless, distracted, and chaotic. But if your mind is centered, calm, and focused, then no matter what storms happen outside, you remain unshaken inside. Science supports this. Regular mindfulness practices reduce stress, lower blood pressure, improve focus, strengthen memory, even slow down aging at the cellular level. Think about that. Silence is not weakness, silence is strength. When you skip mindfulness, you're essentially letting the world control you. You become reactive instead of proactive. Someone says something negative, you snap back. Something stressful happens, you panic. But when you practice mindfulness, you create a sacred pause between stimulus and response. You don't just react, you choose how to respond. That's real power. Think about the most successful, grounded leaders and thinkers throughout history. Many of them had some form of mindfulness or solitude built into their lives. From great philosophers to spiritual teachers to modern CEOs, silence has always been a secret weapon. And here's something powerful. Mindfulness is not only for stress, it's also for creativity and clarity. Some of your best ideas, your deepest insights, and your clearest visions will not come when you're scrolling social media or running from task to task. Come when your mind is quiet enough to hear them. Silence allows the whispers of wisdom to rise above the noise. So how can you practice mindfulness daily? Start small. Spend 5 minutes each morning just breathing deeply. Sit without your phone, close your eyes, and notice your breath. Walk slowly outside and pay attention to the sound of birds, the feel of the wind, the colors around you. Before bed, sit in silence and release the day's worries. These small practices act like an anchor, ground you when life tries to sweep you away. If you skip mindfulness, you risk becoming a prisoner to your own thoughts and emotions. When you embrace silence, you gain freedom, the freedom to be present, to be calm, and to live intentionally rather than reactively. So, never skip mindfulness. In a noisy world, silence is not a luxury, it's survival. It's how you recharge, how you lead, and how you live with peace in the middle of chaos. In today's world, silence has almost become a forgotten art. We live in a constant stream of noise, phones buzzing, messages flooding, social media never ending, television shouting, our own thoughts screaming inside. Most people wake up and immediately reach for their phones. Before their feet even touch the ground, already consuming noise, emails, notifications, negativity, comparison, gossip. And then we wonder why we feel drained, anxious, and restless before the day has even begun. This is why mindfulness and silence are no longer luxuries. They are necessities. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully aware and fully alive in the present moment. It is choosing to be here instead of stuck in yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries. Silence, on the other hand, is the sacred space that allows your mind to breathe. When you combine mindfulness with silence, you discover a power that most people never tap into. Power to live with clarity, peace, and focus. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you sat in complete silence? No phone, no music, no distractions, just you and your breath. For many people, the answer is, I can't even remember. That's because silence feels uncomfortable. The moment we sit still, our minds start racing, throwing memories, to-do lists, fears, and doubts at us. But here's the truth. That's exactly why you need silence. Because only when you sit with yourself can you learn to tame that restless mind. Skipping mindfulness means living reactively. Imagine this: someone cuts you off in traffic and you explode in anger. Your boss criticizes you and your whole day is ruined. A stranger online insults you, suddenly you question your worth. That is a reactive life. But when you cultivate mindfulness, you create space between what happens to you and how you respond. You gain control. You no longer get pushed around by life. Instead, you navigate it with strength and calm. Think about great leaders, thinkers, and creators. Buddha meditated. Marcus Aurelius journaled. Albert Einstein often sat in deep thought. Steve Jobs practiced Zen meditation. Why? Because silence is where wisdom is born. Your best ideas will not come when you're endlessly scrolling or constantly rushing. They come in stillness. They come in moments of reflection, when your mind is finally quiet enough to listen to its own wisdom. Science backs this up. Studies show that even 10 minutes of daily mindfulness lowers stress hormones, improves memory, sharpens focus, and increases emotional resilience. Literally rewires your brain, strengthening areas linked with self-control and reducing those tied to anxiety and fear. In simple words, mindfulness makes you stronger, calmer, and smarter. And here's another truth: mindfulness is not just meditation. It's a way of living. It's eating a meal and actually tasting it instead of rushing. It's listening to a friend fully, without planning your reply. It's walking outside and noticing the beauty around you, the sky, the wind, the sound of your footsteps. Mindfulness is about living, not just existing. So, how do you start? Begin your mornings with silence instead of screens. Spend 5-10 minutes focusing only on your breath. When thoughts come, don't fight them. Observe them, then return to the present. At night, reflect on your day without judgment. These tiny steps might seem small, but over time, they completely transform you. Skipping mindfulness, on the other hand, comes at a great cost. You will live distracted, anxious, emotionally drained, and reactive to everything around you. But practicing it daily gives you the strength to face life with calmness, wisdom, and peace. So, never skip mindfulness or silence. In a world that constantly screams at you to hurry, to consume, to compare, silence whispers, slow down, breathe. You are enough, you are here, and sometimes that whisper is all you need to change your life. There is a saying, you are what you eat. And while it may sound cliché, it is one of the deepest truths about life. Every single bite you put into your body is not just food. It's information. It tells your body how to function, how to think, how to heal, how to feel. What you eat today becomes your energy tomorrow, your skin next week, your organs next month, and your health years from now. Yet, in today's fast-paced world, food has become one of the most neglected areas of our lives. We trade nutrition for convenience. We rush through meals. We grab processed snacks. We fill our stomachs with sugar and chemicals, and then we wonder why we feel so exhausted, anxious, and unmotivated. Skipping proper nutrition is not just skipping a meal, it's skipping your future. It's silently weakening your body, one unhealthy choice at a time. Think about it. When you feed your body with processed foods, sugary drinks, and fast food meals, your energy crashes, your focus weakens, your mood swings. Junk food might satisfy you for 5 minutes, but it leaves your body starving for real nutrients. Over time, this creates a cycle of fatigue, weight gain, low immunity, and even diseases like diabetes, heart problems, or depression. When you nourish your body with clean, whole foods, fresh vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, nuts, seeds, water, you feel the difference immediately. Your energy lasts longer, your skin glows, your mood improves, and your mind feels sharper. It's not just fuel, it is medicine. Science proves this. Certain foods actually boost brain power, reduce stress, and improve memory. Omega-3s from fish and nuts support your brain. Leafy greens fuel your cells with vitamins. Antioxidants from fruits fight aging. Even your gut health, often called your skin brain, is shaped directly by what you eat. A healthy gut produces serotonin, happiness hormone. That means your mood, confidence, and mental health are deeply tied to your diet. Now, here's the powerful part. Eating healthy is not about perfection. It's about awareness. It's about making daily choices that honor your body instead of harm it. For example, choosing water instead of soda. Cooking a simple homemade meal instead of fast food. Adding vegetables to your plate instead of filling it with empty calories. Eating mindfully, not just mindlessly scrolling and chewing. Nutrition is not a temporary diet, it's a lifelong commitment. And the beautiful thing is, once you start treating food as medicine instead of entertainment, you'll notice a transformation not only in your body, but also in your self-esteem. You'll walk taller, feel lighter, and think clearer, simply because you chose to fuel yourself with respect. Skipping nutrition, however, is like filling your car with the wrong fuel. It might run for a while, but eventually it breaks down. And unlike a car, you don't get to replace your body, you only get one. So, never skip healthy nutrition. Every meal is a choice to strengthen your future or weaken it, to build energy or drain it, to love yourself or neglect yourself. Remember, this discipline at the table creates freedom in your life. Because when your body feels good, your mind feels unstoppable. Life is a school, and every single day is a classroom. People who stop learning don't just stop growing, they start dying inside. Think about it. A tree is either growing or it's decaying. There is no in between. The same is true for us. When we stop feeding our minds, when we stop challenging our thoughts, when we stop exposing ourselves to new ideas, we begin to stagnate. And stagnation slowly steals our potential. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is the habit of learning something new every single day. It doesn't matter how old you are, how busy you are, or where you come from. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The less you use it, the weaker it grows. Think about the difference between two people, one who spends hours each day scrolling endlessly on social media, consuming negativity, gossip, and distraction, and another who spends even 20 to 30 minutes daily reading a good book, listening to an audiobook, or learning a new skill. Fast forward 5 years. Who do you think will be sharper, wiser, more confident, and more successful? The answer is obvious. Knowledge compounds like interest in a bank account. The little you learn every day doesn't feel dramatic in the moment. Over time, it transforms you completely. Imagine reading 10 pages a day. That's 650 pages in a year. That's around 12-15 books. Imagine how much more powerful your mind would be after 5 years of this habit. 60 to 70 books worth of wisdom shaping your perspective, your mindset, your decisions, your life. Learning isn't just about books, though. It's about being curious. It's about asking questions, seeking answers, observing people, listening deeply, and staying humble enough to admit that you don't know it all. The moment you think you know everything is the moment you stop growing. Here's the danger of skipping learning. The world is always changing. Technology changes, industries change, opportunities shift. If you don't keep learning, you fall behind. You get stuck in outdated ways of thinking. You become irrelevant in a world that moves forward without you. And then frustration grows, running through the park, because you see others moving ahead while you remain the same. But here's the power of choosing learning. Every time you grow your mind running through the park, you grow your opportunities. You start thinking differently. You start seeing problems better. You start connecting with people on a deeper level. You start seeing possibilities that others don't see. Knowledge doesn't just open doors, it creates doors. And don't forget this, learning also builds confidence. When you invest in your mind, you carry yourself differently. You speak with clarity. You approach challenges with courage. You no longer shrink in rooms where knowledge is power, because you've prepared yourself to belong there. So, how do you practice daily learning? Read at least 10-20 minutes a day. Listen to podcasts or audiobooks while driving. Keep a journal to reflect on what you've learned. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to think bigger. Stay curious about the world. Ask questions and never assume you know it all. Skipping this habit may feel harmless today, but it has long-term consequences. You'll wake up one day and realize you've been living the same year over and over again without progress. But by committing to daily learning, you ensure that every year you become wiser, sharper, and more powerful than the last. So never skip learning. Your mind is your greatest asset. Feed it daily. Because when you grow your mind, you grow your future. My friends, life is not built on the giant leaps we take once in a while. It is built on the small, consistent steps we take every single day. Gratitude, movement, hydration, mindfulness, nutrition, learning, and rest. These may seem simple, but together they are the foundation of a strong body, a sharp mind, and a peaceful soul. If you skip them, the cost is invisible at first, but it shows up later as stress, weakness, regret, lost potential. But if you honor them, you create a life that is rich in health, clarity, energy, and purpose. Success, happiness, and fulfillment are not accidents. They are the results of habits. And these habits are non-negotiable. They are daily investments in your future self. So I challenge you, starting today, choose not to skip them. Choose to live intentionally. Choose to give your body, your mind, and your spirit what they truly deserve. Because when you master these daily habits, you don't just survive, you thrive. Remember, small habits practiced daily create extraordinary lives.